is Parshas Titzaveh. If you lived in a walled city, then Shabbos is also Purim Katan. Otherwise, it's Shushan Purim Katan. If you're outsiders, Parshas Titzaveh talks about the clothing of the Kohen and the Kohen Gedolim, the human involvement in the Mishkan. Yeah, it's a big step. Start off at Har Sinai, and Rav Gedai Shor explains that Har Sinai we got the Torah, and then Torah Shebiksav is what's built in, the facts on the ground, the black on white. Those are the Kalim in the Mishkan. And now there's the Torah Shabbat, the way we interpret, the way our Chelik in Torah, that's the Titzaveh. That's what we do in the Mishkan. I was always bothered growing up. I was raised not to focus on chitzonius. Right? There are people who look one thing on the outside, and the primus is it's not teichei kevaroi. Why are we putting so much emphasis on clothing? No, the avodah should be the ikar. No, I mean it's not the best question. To tell you the truth, because you're working in the Beis Hamikdash. The Beis Hamikdash you have to be mechabed. You wear the garb of the king. But why do we have to know so much about it? I mean, we spend an entire parsha. What lesson are we supposed to take from learning about what they wore during the avodah in the Beis Hamikdash back then? Beis Hashem, we'll be doing it very soon. We'll be wrapping the kahanim again in this 60-foot belt. How many times went around was like 17 times, depending on how big the kohen was. Maybe some Zaftagiyah didn't only went around, 7-8 times, but it was just a big belt that Avnei went around and around. The hat also was 30 feet long. It was a whole turban situation going up and up. They have to what are we supposed to take from this? How important really is the way we dress? So I always thought, look, don't judge me by the way I dress. Look at me, the person inside. But Rambam tells us something interesting. Rambam says that the first time you meet somebody, all they have to go on is the way you're dressed. So yeah, Rambam says, wear something that's mechubadik, so that people will love you as a mechubadik person. Because they have nothing else to go on. It's true. Once they get to know you, and they get to hang out with you and talk with you and learn your stories and your struggles and your joys and your fears, then there's a lot they'll see. This, you're not a sweater, you're not a pair of glasses. You're the whole person inside. But until then, what you wear, that is your first impression, whether you like it or not, even before the guy gets the chance to smell you. What he sees of you before, he sees you, and that's how he sums you up. Jews wear hats and yarmulkes, black shirt, white pants became the yeshivish uniform. If Shlomo Freifeld was once visiting somebody, an office, whether it was fundraising, whatever it was, and the secretary said, "Rabbi, can I take your coat?" And he says, "Madam, excuse me, this is my uniform. It's frock. It's not my coat, my uniform." And Victor Miller used to say something very powerful. He said that at a boy's bar mitzvah, the hat is as important as his tefillin. If you can take it a step further, you'll hear the Vort. It could be it's even more important. The tefillin, when you put it on, you say, "I'm a Jew. I'm wrapping myself in, this is my antenna to the Rebbeinu Shalom. A baby has that little soft spot, closes up by bar mitzvah time. You reopen it with the tefillin. For women, it's naturally open. They don't need extra antennas. Right? But a hat, that you wear all the time. That you could wear, the Maisa, we don't wear tefillin day and night. So how do you separate yourself? I have a very, very heilig uncle who told me that all of his friends who went into business, the ones that stayed connected to Yiddishkeit, you could say it's because of, the Matthias is, those are the ones who are wearing hats. The ones who are still wearing hats and jackets, those are the ones who stayed connected. But Victor Miller is saying that this kid just becomes bar mitzvah. He's about to take on a certain element of independence, whatever an adolescent struggles with, how much independence he's able to handle. And then he's going to interact with the world. He has to have something that says, one second, I can't do that. No matter how low this random guy is in Harlem, when he puts on a policeman's uniform, He's not going to steal your hubcaps because he's wearing the uniform. Rabbi Miller was saying that the uniform, the hat, is so important. On a lighter note, the Baba Rebbe was asked, we wear yarmulkes, that should be enough. Why do you need a hat? Why do you need a hat on the top of the yarmulke? It's a very cute answer. So he says, it's a Hasidic answer. Rabbi Miller, cut straight in. But the Baba Rebbe said, whatever you value most, you care for and you protect the most. As Jews, we value our mind the most. So one cover just isn't enough for our seichel, for our mind, for our intellect. Be'ez Hashem, we should be zeichet to value ourselves. And we should separate ourselves and we shouldn't get into any trouble like Hanukkah and Purim. And we shouldn't need big Yeshuas. But when we do, the Baruch Hashem should send us, no matter where we're holding the gates of Maldas, we should hold on to the Baruch Shalom, and Baruch Shalom will take care of us. And we'll be able to see the garb of the Kohen Gadol in the base of Mikdash and hear him say the Shema Malchus. Shabbos, a freilich in Ador.